Hey guys, welcome to Can You Leave the Simulation podcast. We're here on episode number 8. Can you believe we're like almost 2 months into this thing already?
Damn.
That's pretty wild. I wanted to mention, as we always do, we're always trying to get you guys to subscribe and rate and review, and you guys don't do it, so we have to keep mentioning it. So I wanted to bring this up. If you guys leave a review or comment on our videos or episodes on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen or watch, we will shout you out. Okay? So we got our first shout out this week. It goes out to Halen.
Ooh.
He's our very first YouTube comment ever.
Ooh. I might even pitch in $5 to get him a hot and spicy free one.
I think Johnny's trying to say he's going to buy Halen some McDonald's or something like that.
Johnny's got a running tab at McDonald's.
Yeah. Booty shakes
every day.
Booty shakes.
So we did also get an email this week.
Yeah, I'll make some specialized stickers and then just throw one on McFlurry.
Yeah, Johnny's still delayed. You guys gonna have to get used to that. Johnny and internet, they just don't go together. All right, here we go. Very first email to the podcast here. Hello, boys. I've recently found your delightful podcast. I really enjoyed your recent release of 2022 Wiping and Fantasy with your guest, Johnny Grande. I do have a question for Johnny that maybe you boys can answer for me. So Johnny mentioned how he wants to get back in shape and work in a strip club.
You guys are fucking emailing you guys yourselves.
My question is, did Johnny mean strip club for us straight girls, or did he mean for the unconventional fellas out there?
Don't worry,
I'm not judging. Also, I wanted to mention I have found Zumba a fantastic way to lose my COVID curves and get my booty back in shape, Johnny.
So I'll answer this one for Johnny. He's definitely not going to do a strip club for the females.
Who is this? Who is this?
His specialty is bumping and grinding right up on them dudes. So What do you mean? What do you mean?
Answer your question.
No, I ain't Andy, dude. Come on. I ain't Andy. Let's just get that straight.
What's Andy doing?
This'll answer you guys' question, right? This'll answer you guys' question. Mace, or the reason I wanted to become a stripper was because I would get blacked out, drunk, and I would be giving free lap dances to women. All right, my guilty pleasure. I went back to my black days, and I blacked out this previous Halloween, and yeah, same shit, different body.
Mace, you and I had the exact same reaction at the same time.
Never a dull moment with Mr. Grande.
No, I am a little confused though, because you did say you wanted.
I know I'm delayed, but
Mason and Lupe to run the strip club.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm confused.
And you know me and Lupe ain't going to open a strip club for women.
They're going to be my pimps. They're going to pick out the girls, the women. Oh, come on, dude. No.
All right, let's steer the conversation away from Johnny for a minute.
Whatever makes you guys rich, I'd do it for the boys.
Yeah, I knew you'd strip for the boys.
Johnny, I got a question for you.
I know.
You know what?
Okay, shoot.
All right. This one doesn't come from a listener, but I think you might be able to help us with this one. What is a femboy?
A fanboy?
A femboy.
Like a fembot
or a femboy? Oh.
Fem.
I don't know. Is it the same as like metrosexual?
Without the L. I don't know. We're asking you.
Flamboy. That I don't know.
You're the one with the expertise in this industry.
Fucking dude. No, not that.
Okay. That's a pretty good guess. I had to look this one up earlier.
Only women.
So the whole reason I'm asking this is I found out that we kind of have an older audience, and I want to introduce them to some of the modern things going on
Jesus.
in society. So
What are you calling me? I don't know what a femboy is.
Well, I didn't say it to you. I said it to Johnny.
Are you calling me older audience?
No. I'm just talking our moms and Aunt Julie and those kinds of people. This is an educational podcast.
Okay, so explain.
So I looked it up on Urban Dictionary. You know, we're almost affiliated with them now. We've brought them up on like 3 episodes.
We ought to get sponsored for real.
It says a femboy is a person typically under the age of 30 years old who is biologically male. However, this will often present himself in a very feminine manner. This behavior it may be exhibited part of the time or all of the time. Femboys are not to be confused with ladyboys, who are an Asian male to female transsexual. Femboys are also different from crossdressers. Despite being feminine, femboys do not necessarily wear clothing designed for females, but it is very common. The fact that one is a femboy says nothing about one's sexuality. Femboys may be straight, gay, bisexual, pansexual, asexual, or any kind of sexuality. It is also not necessarily indicative of one's gender identity. A femboy may still identify as a male, or he may wish to be identified as a female. However, it is common for femboys to be bigender. So that one goes out to our older listeners. Now you're up to date with what's happening in the world. This is like,
Jeez.
we didn't have words for this.
Jake,
like,
I have one question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Why is your black mic bigger than Mason's white mic?
Because his is a femboy.
Johnny out of left field.
Yeah, he's like, were you guys talking about something?
Ay.
I can't wait till we can get this guy some internet.
Oh my God. He's at a place of business with freaking, and he still can't figure it out.
We need to buy an Ethernet adapter, I guess. All right. So
good night.
We got over that question. Johnny's still on a huge delay, so he's really messing with me just mentally. But let's go on to the next thing here. So, keeping up with the news, a little bit. I don't like to get too crazy with it because I feel like you go down a rabbit hole there. But have you caught that they're trying to rename monkeypox now?
Oh, really?
Yes. Apparently, monkeypox is derogatory and racially offensive.
To monkeys?
I don't know. I haven't actually looked up to why it's offensive or anything like that, but I thought it might be a good idea for us to pitch some new names for monkeypox.
Okay. I got one for you to start it out.
Okay, let's hear it.
Gades.
Gades.
That was right off the cuff.
You had that one ready to go.
Yeah, that was right off the cuff.
Right off the.
I think all of our listeners could come up with how I come up with that name.
Yeah. Johnny, do you have one?
No, not that.
Yeah,
not that clever, not that quick.
Yeah, I mean yours was pretty good. I've seen in the news too a lot of
Is the audio better without the video?
We're doing a show here, Johnny. You're attempting to do a show here, Johnny.
Oh, Jesus.
I can't wait till Zach's back. All right. We somehow made it through those two things. You just did better than I was gonna name, so we're just gonna call it quits there.
What were you thinking?
Nothing like that. So
we're definitely gonna get some hate mail for that one, though. So just be prepared.
I'm excited whenever we get mail. So
hate mail or not?
Yeah, I don't care what kind of mail it is.
Jeez.
Okay, so big news this week. I watched the very first Star Wars. Finally, it's 2022, right? And the movie came out in like 97 or 99 or something like that.
That one that you watched was probably, it was probably 99 or 2000. You watched The Phantom Menace, correct?
Phantom Menace?
Yeah.
Yes.
The original trilogy, 99. Yeah, the original trilogy was in the 80s, I believe.
I think it was the first one was like 77.
Was it the 70s?
Yeah.
Yeah, you lose a little bit of quality when it comes to like choreography and stuff like that when you get to those, but still pretty good storytelling.
Yeah, so I think overall that the very first
Princess
episode,
Leia's not as hot.
I suppose it's called, even though it's like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd probably give it like a 5 out of 10.
Oh, you're a bitch.
It was like, okay, so it's okay.
What?
There wasn't really, I didn't have too many problems with it. Like, I don't, okay. So first off, the animation's terrible, but we all know that it's an old movie. That's okay. I can look past that. You know, it's like when you rewatch like the unremastered Jurassic Parks, you're like, yeah, whatever. But I don't care. And I do think that once I get to I think it's 3, 4, and 5 that were made in like the 70s and 80s. I do think I'm gonna like them more, even though the technology is lesser than. I just like that style better. But yeah, besides the animation, I think the plot it seemed kind of like childish to me.
Well, it was made kind of for children. So
yeah, I think this old movie's PG, right? I don't think any of them are any of them PG-13.
I don't know the ratings, but here's the backstory to that. They made the original trilogy, and it wasn't necessarily made for kids. And then, for some reason, George Lucas decided that second trilogy, the prequels, needed to have like a
younger audience.
Yeah, so that's why you come up with characters like Jar Jar Binks, which everybody hated, and stuff like that.
You know, I didn't actually hate Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Like, he's annoying, but like he didn't get in the way of anything, or like he didn't ruin anything for me.
Right.
So, and also, like, I felt like the animation on Yoda was like way better than it was on any other character.
Well, because he was such an iconic character from the original trilogy, I think they probably put a lot of effort into him.
Yeah. And then I will say, I think Anakin Skywalker is my favorite from this movie. Just a little kid that's racing pods and stuff, you know?
Buddy.
What?
It's my guy.
Oh, we're on the same page. All right.
Yes, sir.
I'm assuming that this whole kind of cast is in at least these next 2 movies.
Yeah, because it's, they got
kind of trilogies.
Yeah.
It kind of ended weird too, though, because it was like they kind of resolved all the problems. I was like, we're really going to go with this.
Oh, they did not resolve the problems. Just you wait.
They never resolve problems in space.
Yeah, exactly. But honestly, so when they did the original trilogy and then they come out and this was Phantom Menace, it was the first one back with this new trilogy. It had a lot of bad publicity when it first came out. A lot of people did not like it.
That was kind of the same way when this the newest trilogy
one, the sequels. Out, right? Yeah. So I think the reason why is because everybody that watched the original trilogy wanted that kind of stuff, and instead they got this, which was kind of based towards kids of that generation. So people like me and Zach's brother, we love the prequels. Because that's what we watched as kids, but older generations don't really like them, and then honestly, our generation doesn't like the sequels, which are the newest ones.
Because like I haven't seen any of them, so like it's really my first time experiencing them. So it's not like I have any nostalgia or anything for the originals. Like,
right.
Well, I guess not the original series, but like episode 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
And, Star Wars virgin.
And that way, I do think I just have this feeling that 4, 5, and 6, like the originals, are going to be the best out of all of them. I just have this feeling.
4, 5, and 6 are definitely the best storytelling ones, which is kind of what a movie's supposed to do.
Right.
1, 2, and 3 has the most action, I would say.
I didn't think 1 was that actiony though, besides the pod race.
Right, but it's still got the most action, just so you know.
Really? Is it just a lot of dialogue in the other ones?
Not necessarily. There is dialogue. 1 is probably viewed as probably people's least favorite out of all of them.
Oh, okay.
So it gets
makes me feel a little bit better then.
It gets better.
Well, hopefully I can watch episode 2 before next week's podcast then, and I'll update you on that.
So what did you think? What did you think of Darth Maul?
Oh, Darth Maul was cool. And I was going to bring this up to you. I was like, I was watching this and I was like, I think I went as Darth Maul for Halloween one year.
Didn't even know it.
No, I was just like, that's cool. It was just like one of those like paper masks though, and then that was like the hood. And...
Yep. So we always talk about how great of a character he was, you know, like badass. And first episode gone.
Yeah, seriously.
They could have done so much with him.
And then like the holograms, like the Sith Lord, they looked really like nice. And you know what else I really liked? I want to bring this up is the screen wipe transitions. I like the.
Oh right, okay. Going to a different thing. Whoosh.
It still looks like really nice and clean and modern today. I'm surprised that more movies don't do that.
Space to another planet.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm really into like cinematography though, so I like camera angles and stuff. Did
you read the scrolling?
Oh, I did. Yep.
Text. Yeah, that's a nice little
taxes,
touch.
And they blocked all the trade.
It's like political. You're like, what the hell?
What am I getting into? Yeah, it's kind of you know, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Tron in the way that there's like it's a Disney movie, it's kind of kid oriented, but there's this giant army and it's kind of trying to be like almost like kind of replicating like Nazi Germany ish.
I've never seen Tron.
You should look at that one. I think it's on. I mean, it's a Disney movie. It should be on Disney Plus.
Neither have I.
Johnny, did you watch the prequels when they came out when you were a kid?
Which prequels?
Star Wars prequels, like episode 1, 2, and 3.
No, never.
You didn't watch it till you were grown up a little bit?
Yeah, until like I want to say maybe like middle school is when I started watching Star Wars.
Oh shit! So you're late. You're a late bloomer.
He's trying to make fun of me.
Yeah.
I am a late bloomer.
I'm excited for you to get into it a little bit more, Jake. Yeah. I'm excited to talk a little bit.
I really want to get into those middle 3 episodes because I feel like that's where the meat's at.
Yeah.
But I will let you know, and I'll keep you updated on that as I progress.
Do you have a set plan that you're trying to do, like watch this episode and then every week, or just kind of?
I want to try to do one a week if I can, but I might get busy or something. But it'd be nice if we could cover one a week. Also, since we're talking about weekly stuff, I still haven't heard back from Tally Health.
What the hell?
People have been asking me about that. I don't know what's going on with that.
That's the number one question I get from people is, has Jake got his results back? I'm like,
they're selling your DNA on the black market.
Exactly.
Pretty much. I will let you know when I get those back, but hasn't happened yet.
Nothing yet.
Which is a bummer, because I showed you almost a month ago that they had my test, so they just don't have the results.
I'm ready
I
for
know. I do too. So I texted you guys this earlier today. I think I wanted the chunk of this episode to be about the Amish.
it. Okay.
Are you guys familiar with what the Amish is?
So yes. We have actually a very large community of Mennonite in
Okay.
Craig. It's very close to Amish. Obviously, there's differences, but
Right.
it's very
They're
similar.
a
I would
little
say.
bit less rules, kind of
Yeah.
have a few more modern things.
Much less stringent.
Okay. Awesome. Well, they might come back into play while we're talking about the Amish here. So
Yeah.
But
So
mostly. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
May I ask what brought this to your brain, Amish?
Well, there's a few reasons. One, I think we ripped on the Mormons enough.
We have a lot of those in Craig too.
Yeah, so check this out. We'll get into this in a little bit, but
Soak them enough.
so the Mormons have soaking, but the Amish have bundling. So we'll get into that in a little bit here.
Okay, I'm excited.
Bundling.
This ought to be interesting.
I also
Are they about insurance, progressive, bundling your car and home insurance?
Amish is Flo Amish.
yeah, she's trying to get that horse and carriage insurance.
Bundled.
So
I said it a little earlier. You said we were ragging on the Amish, the Mormons. But I told Johnny and you earlier, the best thing about talking about Amish on this podcast is they'll never know.
See, that's what you think, but I think after we get into this a little bit, I think you might change your mind.
Never know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
turns out Amish is a little different, and it's always changing and evolving
every day.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what was that, Johnny?
They're secretly watching porn every day.
Yeah, and that's they're trying to hide that. So like, we don't have technology.
Yeah. we don't watch that stuff.
So the Amish are a religious group of people that came from Switzerland and Germany to like the 13 colonies, but mostly like Pennsylvania, Ohio, those northeastern states there. I do have family there. I have met Amish people. I've spoken to them. I've kind of seen their houses and stuff. So I do have some firsthand stuff with Amish people. A lot more than I do with Mormons, actually, because I've never soaked.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Well, don't you lie to our listeners.
Oh, I can't lie to them. They're our good listeners.
Jake definitely bundles.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even know what bundling is yet. Bundling could be badass.
Yeah, we don't know what it is, but we can guarantee you've done it.
I promise you I've never bundled.
Do you know what it is?
I do.
Okay, I'll be excited to hear
it. So I wanted to start. This has always been a question on my mind with the Amish. Like, I've been asking this one for literally over a decade now. What happens if you are Amish and you invent something? Can you use it? Are you allowed to use it?
Well, it depends on if it's technology.
You're the devil,
not, right?
You're the
devil.
They can
anything you invent technology, though?
Well, yeah, I guess depends on how you look at it. It's technically technology, but it's not like technology.
Right. Well, I mean, like, even like a pencil sharpener, if you change the design of that, are you allowed to use it, though? Because, like, that's an improvement on technology.
Personally would assume so. They're allowed to improve stuff. I just don't think they like computers and phones and stuff like that.
So it's more like electronics that they're not allowed to use.
Yep.
Okay. So I looked into Amish. I actually did some homework for this episode, which is strange because I've never done that before.
Yeah.
But the Amish are able to use different forms of technology, even modern forms. And I've looked into this, and we'll talk about this in a minute. But most Amish people do have cell phones nowadays. Yeah. But their basic reason for not having electricity is they want to do things the human way, the way things should be done, kind of. So, like, that's kind of the whole premise of their religion, right? Is we want to do things the way they were meant to be done. Like, we're out there working in the garden every day, growing our own food, harvesting it, bringing it
Right.
back. So one of the things I'll say is they have like one of the lowest rates of cancer in the world, and it's because they don't eat any processed food. Everything's like fresh, organic, farm to table. So that is really good of them to do, and it's kind of just their personalities, I guess you would say, is I mean, like working to gather your own food and supplies. I guess that's what gives them happiness. So I think sometimes, like in situations like we're in, where we have jobs and things are much more complex, I think it does cause people to become less happy and more depressed, like where they kind of feel trapped, or they don't even really feel like they're in control of their life because there's so many other things going on. Where if you're like gardening, making your own food, yeah, your own community,
Well,
I think it'd just be simpler, I guess, easier.
honestly, they probably have it. They have a lot of good basis behind what they're doing. That just like everything, everybody takes it too far extreme one way. Because, like you just said, the cancer thing, they don't pollute as much. Um, they're hard workers. Every one of them's a freaking worker. I mean, Family Guy has that episode where they build that barn in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, and they actually do that. They'll build
Yeah,
the whole barn in a
in a
day.
day.
And I
I've
actually
seen it.
watched another video where they'll get the whole community together and they'll actually pick the barn up by hand and move it to a different location.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. So I mean, like I was saying earlier, I think they have a
It's all
lot
that
of
test.
the things
It's all that
right in
test.
life. They just took it too. Yeah, yeah. Too
Right.
much testosterone.
It's like they have the right idea. It's like this is what makes you happy. You shouldn't make life complex. But then it's like they go too far and they're like, we have to be separate from society. We can't use electricity. We can't communicate with outsiders.
Yeah. That's where you just take it too far and get too stringent with your stuff.
So why do they have cell phones then?
So cell phones are mainly used for communication and emergencies nowadays. So the whole reason they don't use electricity is
dick pics then.
I wish I could get through a whole thing. But the main reason they don't use electricity is because it helps them, or it kind of defeats the purpose of doing things by hand, where phones, I guess they don't consider that, or maybe it's more considered a necessity. I don't know. From what I was reading, though, it's like more than 70% of Amish people have a cell phone.
They move that way.
Yeah. Which is interesting, though, because Amish don't have to abide by a lot of the government rules. For example, they don't pay taxes. They do not get drafted into the military. They do not have to abide by all street laws, I don't believe. Although there's a lot of states that require them to put reflectors and such on their horse and carriage now.
Do they kind of
on their horses?
Do they kind of have like a thing like the Native Americans where they have their own, like they govern themselves?
So they don't. Well, okay. So each community is its own governance, kind of. So there's thousands and thousands of communities, even within like the state of Pennsylvania, right? So it's kind of like. So this is okay. So let me go back to the very beginning here. So one of the reasons that I'm bringing up the topic of Amish is because the name of this podcast is cults.
It comes full circle.
We like to keep it like
the cult
close to home, so I want to start talking about some more cults.
On next week's episode, Marilyn Manson or Charles Manson.
Marilyn Manson.
It's easy to mistake the two.
Jeez.
Gosh, where was I going with that?
But like they're governing.
Oh, yeah. So this is strange. I didn't look too much into this. Obviously, I should have more, but they have the Ordung, which is their rule book. So this is written by someone, I think in Germany or Switzerland. It gets updated like all the time, like weeks and stuff. So this is like one of the reasons they're allowed to use cell phones now is because their rule book says they're allowed to. Yeah, so this is actually separate from their Bible, which is an interesting thing that kind of made me think of cult because one, you have this religion, and now you have this second authority coming in and telling you how to live your religion based on this rule book.
Yeah.
So that made me like, I don't know how I like this. And I'll say some more negative stuff here before we get to more positive stuff. So the Amish are known for abusing animals. They're known for running puppy mills. They're known for abusing women and misogyny. They're known for keeping law enforcement out of their area, although they are, what's the word? Pacifists. They don't
believe in
hurt
violence.
anyone. They don't fight each other. Yeah,
but they abuse women.
Right. So you'll notice that there's a lot of TV shows, especially right now, thinking of like TLC and stuff, where there's women that leave these communities. We'll kind of get into that in a second too, but they don't like the way it is because they're like forced to do things. They don't have control over themselves or really anything. They don't have arranged marriages, but it's also like if a guy tells you that you're gonna marry him, like you're gonna get married, you know. So,
forced marriage, not arranged.
Right. So there is a lot of negative things that happens in these communities that also
don't they have a certain pay where they can choose if they can leave or not?
Yeah, so rumspringa! Rumspringa. And rumspringa is pretty cool. And so this is a question that you can't even look up on the internet, is how long rumspringa lasts. And a lot of people say it lasts under 2 years. And I thought it was only like a week or a month or something.
Holy.
But 2 years is quite a long time.
Yeah, it is.
So once you turn 16, you enter the I guess it's like the period of rumspringa. And in which case you can join the English. So English are non-Amish people. So you can go out, you can use cell phones, you can drink alcohol and use drugs and party. That's what they said most of these 16-year-olds do. And sometimes they'll like overdose or something because like they've never been exposed to any of this stuff, and they'll be like, I want to do heroin and meth like day one. So and also heroin's pretty big in the Amish community.
Do you know what I bet they really enjoy when they're in rumspringa?
What's that?
Drinking booty shakes. I'll drink booty shakes.
Yeah.
I'll drink booty shakes. I'll drink booty shakes. I'll drink booty shakes. That's our Amish brother Gabriel.
I'd make it Tinder first thing rumspringa.
Oh, it's a Gabe.
Tinder.
Gabe.
So I wanted to ask you guys. So let's
Jonathan
just assume
now. It's Jonathan.
Let's just assume that all three of us we join into an Amish community now. What do you think your role is going to be in that community? So you're going to have like a kind of like a daily job. So after the 8th grade, they drop out of schooling and they actually go into like subjects, so like construction or farming or whatever, and they'll do that back in home. So you can kind of work in one lane. So if you want to be a farmer, a builder, therapist, doctor, stripper, Johnny.
Yeah. I would. Let's
Hell
go with
yeah.
Johnny first. What do you think your job would be?
Do they allow sports there?
Yes.
No.
Yes, they do.
You don't get to be an athlete, Johnny.
But that's not a job.
What kind of sports? What kind of sports?
Sports is a leisure activity. They do play like tackle football and softball.
Baseball, I'm sure, yeah.
Yep.
But that's not your job.
So because of my build, the only thing that I think I can bring to the table is my athletic ability. So nothing.
So they're gonna like excommunicate you from the community now.
No, I know what Johnny's job would be.
What?
He'd be a farmer.
He's got the perfect name for it.
Yeah.
Johnny the Farmer.
No, I
Yeah, I'd farm the shit out of that fucking.
I really
He'd
think
be like
that's
growing drugs and stuff in their community garden.
Yeah, that's what Johnny'd be doing. He'd be the farmer.
Get all these poppy flowers.
I'd need some sick ass clothes though. I wouldn't want those fucking overalls and fucking whitey tighties and shit.
Oh boy. So
Johnny, you don't get to just choose your clothes.
Yeah.
Gotta wear my Jordans.
Yeah. I gotta be looking fly out there in the garden.
People can say if people can say that they can have their cell phones, I want my clothing.
Jesus.
So going into clothing, you'll notice that they lower, like they have collars on all their stuff. They don't have buttons on any of their arms or anything. They don't wear belts. They only button their pants. This is all because they don't like to look like military personnel because they are pacifists.
Interesting.
So besides all the negative stuff I said, here's some positive stuff. So one, since they inbreed a ton,
here's some positive stuff. Inbreeding.
They have a ton of disabilities, including
that's not positive. That is not positive.
Including Down syndrome, and they are one of the number one contributors to helping out kids with Down syndrome.
But sounds like they're also the number one contributor to Down syndrome.
Most of the communities now also have a special needs center for all of the kids with Down syndrome there. So that's how big of a problem it is. It's generations and generations of inbreeding. I'm not sure why different communities don't get together. I don't know if like the different Amish communities hate each other. I guess hate's not the right word, but
I don't know that they hate each other, but aren't they one of those types that like you have to stay within your community because like I don't know, they're just so like cliquey?
Yeah, so I was watching one thing on a guy, and he said he basically has never traveled outside his mailbox in front of the driveway his whole life. So, like, he's born and raised there, has a giant farm, obviously a family and everything, but, I mean, everything's within inside their community. Like, they don't need to go anywhere for food. They don't need to go anywhere for church. They don't need to go anywhere for clothing, or water or anything. So I think part of that is they're so secluded that I don't think that they are really engaging with people outside of their community.
And are they one of those that don't like outsiders?
What?
That's correct. So it's not that they don't necessarily don't like outsiders. So they'll be friendly to you if you go up and talk to them.
Right. But they don't want you joining them, right?
Right. So if you ask them if you want to look around and stuff in their community or their farm, whatever, they're going to tell you no. They don't like outsiders being there. I think it makes them uncomfortable. I think that they know that there's stuff that goes on within their community that's not like really acceptable publicly in modern day. I know we talked a lot about like abuse and stuff, but I mean, just think of building codes and stuff too. Yeah, none of that stuff is up to code.
What's their currency stuff like?
I don't think they have one. I think they don't need one.
It's just trade, right?
Right.
You do
It's
this for
like
me, I do
you're a
this for
community.
you.
You're all helping each other out.
Trading food.
I would be interested to see what their COVID rates were like.
That would be interesting, but I would assume it's very low just
That's what I
because
was
they
thinking.
don't have contact
Right.
with outsiders.
Nobody was coming in, so it was just kind of secluded to themselves.
However, if you did have like one of your 16-year-olds in your community that's like in rumspringa and they're going out and they're partying with like a bunch of kids, and I mean, we're talking these are Amish communities, but they're close to major cities, so it's not like they're out in the middle of nowhere all the time. They could be within 30 minutes of like a major city,
right? But if
so they do have access to all that technology and those kids and large population density and stuff.
It wouldn't surprise me if they didn't. If the kids that were on Rumspringa, they either brought back immediately or said, "You're not coming back until all this is over." It would not surprise me a bit.
Right. So shunning is a big thing in the Amish community. So if you start breaking rules and stuff, typically you're shunned for like 6 weeks to 2 months. And that just means you can't be around anyone in your community. So basically your family, your friends, everybody's gone for like 2 months and you got to live somewhere else. Sometimes they'll let you stay on the community, like outside in a sleeping bag or whatever. But other than that, you kind of have to live off the land. So it's something you definitely...
Do they give you any supplies, or do you have to like find your own?
I think that you just do yourself.
Yeah, I think the same. It's kind of just like, I don't know if it's like the priest or what. I don't want to like say anything that's wrong because, like I said, I did research on this, but it's not thorough.
Well, and I just hope our good listeners can realize that Mason always bullshits everything.
So, Amish Mafia will get you.
Yeah.
Don't take anything I say as 100% factual.
We're just trying to get through all this Amish stuff before Zach, our real Amish guy, gets back.
The real Amish expert.
He'd be real upset if he was to hear this episode.
Zacharias.
All right. Should we talk about bundling?
Yes. Before we talk about bundling, shall we take a quick break?
We shall.
Okay. I am gonna go piss. I'll drink booty shakes.
So over this last little break that we took here, I was just telling Mason that they don't have all of the kind of luxuries that we have in our English society that they do in the Amish society.
Yeah.
And then he was saying that Hannah was kind of outside mowing the lawn right now. Let it go. Yeah, so
Damn,
they're not any using that motorized stuff.
I don't know why she's got to be so close to the damn house.
She's moving a little further away now.
There you go. Now you're good. At least she's moving the lawnmower. And we lost Johnny.
I said we just keep going.
Yeah, so he'll come back in.
This is turning into a mess real quick, so I think we just keep going.
So,
oh yeah,
I got to learn about this bundling, and not the progressive kind either.
So you're gonna like this. Like I said earlier, this is the Amish's version of soaking, kind of. So,
gotta clear the throat for this one. Damn.
As you know, in a lot of religions, premarital sex is not allowed.
Okay.
Same goes for Amish here. Okay.
Okay.
The same was for Mormon too, right? And then I think the part that I thought so funny about the whole soaking thing was like they didn't consider that to be sexual. I was like,
okay, penetration, whatever.
I just put it in and my friend's jumping on the bed. It's no big deal.
We're talking about soaking?
We're We're
You
about
didn't
to.
miss a thing.
He's about to get into bundling. I can't wait.
Okay.
Johnny, have you ever heard of bundling?
Never before.
So bundling
First.
is Amish practice. Typically, so you're dating, right? You have a boyfriend and a girlfriend.
You have a cousin you're dating, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of. We kind of talked about that earlier. She's your girlfriend / cousin. And you go over to your parents' house, right? They're like, we want you to spend the night here to show that you're in a serious relationship, right? Okay. But you must be fully clothed. Not only are you fully clothed, there's an actual wooden plank separating the bed between you two, and you're wrapped in the sheets by your parents so that you cannot escape during the night.
Wow, that sounds like blue balls to the max.
You're tucked in there with the person you like on the other side of a plank of wood, and you can't do anything about it.
All right.
So not only do you have wood between you and wood between your wood, you're just getting blue balls.
So,
right.
Is that why they call it bundling? Because they bundle them up in the blankets?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So I brought it up here on Wikipedia. The origin is, it is possible the precedent for bundling came from the biblical story of Ruth and Boaz, in which Ruth, a widow, and Boaz, a wealthy landowner, spend the night in a grain storage room. The tradition says they did not touch, and the pair later got married. So because they did not touch and the pair got married, now everyone has to do it.
Huh. All right.
And now
is there any rare footage off of a Motorola Razr that shows any of this bundling?
Yeah, we got some fresh 2022 footage off our Razr cell phone here to show you, Johnny.
So here's my question. Johnny and I have spent many days, I guess, bundling because we didn't touch. So does that mean him and I are going to get married?
It looks like it's destiny.
Yeah, there you go.
Play the mowing. Johnny. Play the mowing clip. Play the mowing clip. It's destiny.
Why the mowing?
Back to mowing, Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah. Sorry.
Johnny's Mason's boy.
Well, I'm glad that he's my boy and she's not.
Yeah, she's that, actually.
If she was my boy, it'd be, I don't know.
Is she your femboy?
Yeah. She watches now. Watch out.
It's okay. She knows that I'm not serious. She just knows that Johnny's serious.
Yeah, exactly. Interesting.
Another question about the Amish that I had is, do they actually follow the rules? And the answer is,
Yep, I knew that was coming.
Somewhat.
So, basically, they don't want to get caught by other people in their community, which kind of makes this more seem like a cult, right? Everything's on the down low. They're not really serious about it, but they feel like they need to follow those practices.
Right.
So what, like Ezekiel and Ruth will go into a barn and do the dirty?
Dude, why do you love the name Ezekiel so much?
That's his boy, Ezekiel Elliott.
Ezekiel.
Yeah,
Ezekiel.
Exactly.
When Johnny has a kid, he is naming it Ezekiel.
That's what I'm going to change my name to.
Ezekiel Grande.
That's from Ozark, isn't it?
Ezekiel Grande is going to be my new team name.
Your name on YouTube is Johnny Grande, damn it.
Johnny Grande and his son Ezekiel Grande.
Ezekiel Grande. Wow, I like where this podcast is going.
Yeah, if I was making an Amish podcast for the Amish, it'd be Ezekiel Grande.
Ay.
Man, that's some funny stuff.
You guys have any other questions about the Amish?
Well, we never got what you thought your career would be in the Amish, Jake.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Or Masons, yeah, or Masons.
I think that boy, this is kind of hard because everything I do is related to
It's
math
technology.
and yeah, logic and technology,
Science.
and, yeah, all the stuff they don't really do. I guess I could be an architect. I could
Jakob.
design and do all those
Jakob,
buildings that they
yeah.
put up.
Jakob the architect. I like it.
What about you, Ezekiel?
Johnny, what did you say you were going to do? I want to know what this community of the three of us are going to do once we turn Amish.
I could do the fencing, dude, honestly.
I think you'd be a farmer, dude. I think you'd be a farmer.
Johnny.
I could do some farming.
I could do the fencing.
Both fencing, both the fencing with the sword and the fencing around your fence.
Yeah. Dude, I could not see you fence the sword type.
Dude, I bet you in my genetics I have some insane fencing abilities.
It's the wrong kind of fencing. The only fencing in your genetics is the other kind of fencing.
Yeah, who do you think's building that wall down there, Johnny?
Jesus. Goddamn. What about you, Mason? What are you bringing to the goddamn table, huh?
Oh, dude, I got to bring something to the table now?
Yeah.
Oh.
You cook for Hannah, don't you?
I do. Sometimes.
Yeah, no booty shakes either.
On the grill.
Booty shakes are non-existent in Amish communities.
I'll drink booty shakes. I will drink booty shakes. I'll drink booty shakes. I'd say probably in the construction or be one of those mafia guys they got.
What? That fucking stash, you could be in the mafia for sure.
What the hell?
You can't be an Amish mafia. That's not a real thing.
That is a real thing.
I watched that on Discovery in 2014. It's not a real thing. It's a fake thing.
That'd be me. I'd be like,
listen, Tony.
You really pissed me off this time, all right?
Listen, Jakob.
Really the Amish people from Italy. You've done a bad this time. That's not Italy. Why do I always do that when I try to do acts? So I watched the beginning of Star Wars.
Yeah, let's hear this story.
Dude, the first episode of Star Wars is straight up racist.
A little bit racist.
I was like, holy shit. Like, they're like...
What, Mace Windu or what?
They're crossing the line on all this stuff. They're like, General, when do you think that the planets are gonna turn? It's like, what the hell? You can't do that. It's 2022.
It went straight Asian or what?
Oh no! It's a Jedi!
He come for us! It's like, what the... And then the eyes are super offensive too if the voice wasn't enough. It's like, what the hell?
They were definitely going with something there.
Yeah, it's like, we can't think of what an alien would look like, so what would a legal alien look like?
So let me ask you this: what if Jar Jar Binks was a human? What race would he be?
Amish.
No. 100% he'd be black. 100%.
I was gonna say that, but I was trying to think of a way to say that.
I'll say it.
He'd be African American.
North African.
Man.
He's gonna fly on the plane.
Yeah, dude.
So Italian, though.
Well, dude, isn't his character black?
I don't know. I don't know who
in
plays
the movie.
him.
Yeah,
I don't either. I've never seen Star Wars before today. So you guys are way more racist than I am.
I think the only two black people is Samuel L. Jackson and Ahmed Best, is what it says right here.
Who the hell's Ahmed Best?
I don't know,
He's
but
the guy that's on the ship.
he
Not
Jar Jar Binks.
Samuel L. Jackson's like the
Mace Windu.
He is Jar Jar Binks.
No, Samuel L. Jackson's Mace Windu.
No. I thought the other guy he's talking about.
Yeah, it's what it says.
There's another black guy though.
Oh, you're right. There, Jar Jar Binks is but it's not like what he is they just took his movements and did that like dots thing.
They put the dots on him. Track.
He just so happens.
I'm surprised they even did that back then because it did not look that great.
Yeah.
Did they come through and remaster those yet?
I don't know.
It seems like it'd be a good one for them to do.
They were mastered when they came out.
Right.
I'm gonna come into Denver. I'm gonna fuck you up.
I told you it's gonna take me to get through these first 3 episodes, and then I'm probably gonna start liking it, and then you're gonna change your whole tune.
Well, I don't know, man. Like, I think the reason I love Star Wars so much is because I grew up with it. So I don't know if you'll ever get there.
You remember those kids in college that would go outside and play with their lightsabers?
Yeah. I'm not that type of guy.
Is that you?
No. No.
Johnny, was that you?
I'm not going to the center of the college and fucking having lightsaber duels at night.
That was
Mason definitely does
so
that. He's
funny, cringe.
Yeah, that was actually Zach's roommate. I wish he was here.
No way.
I wish he was here for this because that was one of those guys was his roommate.
Well, once I watch the next episode, I'll bring it back up when Zach's on.
Yeah.
Johnny, people have been liking you, by the way. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Really?
We've received comments about. Go ahead.
About
He's
what?
not good at that. You got to tell him when to
You
talk.
said so, and then just paused.
Yeah, I wanted to know who was the email from. I want to give them a shout out.
TJ.
It was not TJ.
Was it TJ?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, TJ, let's go.
It wasn't TJ.
That's my boy.
It wasn't TJ.
Who was it?
Taylor.
It 100% was a female. It wasn't Taylor either, but it was 100% a female.
Your mother.
Oh, so you guys know? You guys don't want to tell me?
I know, but I'm not going to tell you.
I know, and I'm not going to tell you.
If I had to guess, it'd be Amy or Aunt Julie. They're the MVPs.
Maybe. You'll never know.
The world may never know. It's all right. What were you going to tell me, though?
Oh. People really enjoyed you on last week's podcast. They enjoyed the stories that were told.
Even though my fucking audio was all messed up and shit.
Man, not much different than this week either, right?
Yeah.
Well, it got better. It did get better.
It did get better ever since I pissed. So maybe,
I don't think people care much about your audio. It's more about what you're saying on your audio.
Hell yeah, dude. I have no filter. I need to get better about not cussing so much, though.
Correct. Yes, you do.
Yeah. We rarely drop something, and it's like we don't even think about it. He's just like over there dropping F-bombs.
Oh, dude.
I think I'm Samuel L. Jackson, dude.
He'll be in front of like my girlfriend's parents just dropping the F-bomb, and I'm like, jeez.
Sorry, Debbie and Foster. If you listen to this, I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
I know I haven't, and I know, if I was Amish, if I was the real Ezekiel,
Amish.
if I can be reborn into an Amish person, then I will, I won't be cussing as much. But
I think that might be what you need. Maybe we can send you like an Amish camp where they can just like adopt you for 4 months.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody can, one of our viewers, if you guys have an old razor, just send that to me. And I'll put away my my iPhone.
I think you might want to rephrase that.
Are you shaving?
An old Motorola razor.
Yeah, Motorola razor.
Jesus criminy.
All right,
I don't know. I think there is a benefit to all that Amish stuff.
Yeah.
What's that?
Because of social media.
Yeah.
Social media is kind of a big
for sure.
part of what I think
And
fucks up our society.
I told you they use cell phones. They still stay off social media. They don't believe in that.
They just use the cell phones for dick pics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what other uses there?
You know, I think if I were to go into an Amish community, I would introduce them to OnlyFans. That way they could make money there.
They probably
How would
would.
they do that,
I guarantee there's a niche for freaking Amish.
Yeah,
Porn?
I don't know if that's
OnlyFans.
out there yet. Johnny,
There we
before this
go. Business
episode's out,
idea.
you better
Trademark
trademark that,
trademark
yeah.
that. Trademark that. Yep.
Buy the domain.
Hell yeah.
GoDaddy.com.
I'll buy the rights for sure.
We're getting another sponsor.
Go,
yes.
Go Gabriel.com.
Guys, I do have a segment here for us to end this on.
Okay.
I'm not. It's Johnny's ruining this again. This is called Have You Ever, and it's kind of like Never Have You Ever, but it's kind of like the opposite of Never Have You Ever. I don't care whether you've done it or whether you've never done it. I just want to hear about it. Okay. Okay. First one is: Have you ever avoided items on a menu that you do not know how to pronounce?
Yes. If I don't know how to pronounce it, chances are I won't.
Wait, what?
I am.
Well,
I'm about as white country as they come. So
we'll just say you're going down to like Olive Garden or something, and they got a bunch of weird noodles on their menu, and you don't know how to say it. You're just gonna get some. You're like, I want the chicken parm.
Chicken Alfredo every time.
All right, Johnny.
I don't know. I feel like we're pretty good at pronouncing like weird ass names just because of sports and UFC and all the weird names. But if I were, if I didn't know
you ordered ceviche last
if I didn't
time
know,
we were with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
that's your thing.
I'll point at that shit. I'll point at it. I'll be like, "Yo, can I get this thing?"
Johnny definitely is a guy that would order something he couldn't pronounce. 100%.
So like you said, you don't care if you don't know how to say it. You're just like, I want this thing. I'm not going to even say it out loud. I'm just going to point to it.
Yep, he does that.
Yeah, but unless I knew. So like if I know some of the ingredients, then yes. But there's sometimes that I've been to a restaurant where I don't know what the hell the ingredients are. Never heard of them before, and I'm like, yeah, not doing that. Like it'll say chicken and some like other cool shit, and then some like random ass stuff, and I'm like,
What about you, Jake?
I will not order something I don't know how to pronounce.
Me neither. Holy shit! Holy shit!
One more.
I think he just shot himself.
Might have.
You guessed right. Typically, no, I don't order stuff I don't know how to pronounce. I have done like Johnny's done in the past. Excuse me 1 second. I have done like Johnny's done in the past and just pointed at things.
Give me this.
It's weird though. I don't like doing that because like I know that they don't. I know that they know I don't know how to pronounce it. So it's like the same thing as mispronouncing it.
Yeah. I don't care about thinking I'm dumb. It's just like I'm when I go to a place, I get the same thing every time I go there. That's just one of the types. What do you
get the first time then?
What's that?
What do you get the first time?
The first time I get something.
You still got to scan it the first time.
Correct. I look at the menu, but like usually it's something like when I go to the Mexican restaurant, it's like chicken tacos.
Okay, so let me ask you this. When you go somewhere and you don't know how to pronounce it, is it typically non-American food?
No. Because as Americans, we try to get too gosh darn fancy with stuff and start making up stupid words like, ooh, I'm going to put aioli on this sandwich. What the hell? Quit trying to make shit up.
All right. I wasn't expecting aioli to come up on this one.
God, it makes me so mad. Garlic aioli on this burger. Nah, keep that shit to yourself. I don't want none of that nasty shit.
Johnny, besides like American and Mexican food, is there anything in that category that you don't feel comfortable pronouncing?
All right.
Great to hear from you, Johnny. All right, next question on have you ever, right?
Okay.
Have you ever stayed in a trailer park?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
As in terms of like, I guess stayed the night, not really lived there or anything.
Yep.
Okay.
Have you?
I have. So I've only been trailer parks short term. Probably never more than like 4 days in a row. But yeah. And I've been around and I've seen the golf carts driving past and I've seen all the people checking up on you to make sure that you're behaving.
Yeah. I feel
So
like a city trailer park is much different than like what we have in Craig.
well, I have not been to one in the city.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
maybe
in Craig, honestly, it's like just another neighborhood. There's no difference really.
right.
So
More of just houses and stuff.
yeah.
So I've kind of really only been out to ones in Nebraska before.
Okay.
And out there it's very kind of like secluded, like its own community, but there's not like houses and stuff surrounding it. It's just trailers. It's like a legitimate trailer park.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they had like the kind of front office and rangers driving around on golf carts, and a lot of people that lived there drove around on golf carts. And
Damn, they take that stuff serious out there.
I know, and it was next to a lake, so a lot of them just kind of drive down there in a boat or whatever. And I think probably a lot of them are retired too.
Yeah.
I would think that's probably a cheap way to retire. Is you just sell your house or whatever and be like, I want to just move to a trailer on a lake for one
That'd
of
be
those.
sick.
It's for sure sub $100,000 to buy one of those. So, if you get to live out there and do all that stuff, that's cool. But yeah, I will say when I stayed out there, watched a lot of horror movies, and the air conditioning worked very well.
All right, there you go.
Johnny, have you ever stayed in a trailer park?
Have I ever stayed in a trailer park?
That's correct.
No, not really.
What do you think of trailer parks since you've never been in one?
Yes, he has.
Have I ever in a trailer park? No, I've never stayed in a trailer park, Mason.
I'm not talking about living there. I'm just talking about staying the night.
So, well, Shadow Mountain is a trailer park, technically.
Technically? Okay, well, there you go. Then, yeah. I live
because
there.
they're all trailers.
So yeah, like I was just like, well, nope, yeah.
I was telling.
Well, the way I see a trailer, the way I see a trailer park is the lamplighters is how like the lamplighters is.
Well, I was telling Jake, like in Craig, a trailer park's just like another neighborhood because it's like got houses right next to it. Like there's no trailer park necessarily.
It's just a smaller home.
Yeah. But I think the true trailer park would be what?
Well, because like even Lamplighter has like $250,000 to $300,000 house in its backyard. They share a backyard, not share, but they butt up to each other.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm sorry, butt up to each other. Can you do that one more time?
They butt up to each other.
Oh my God.
What's the next have you ever?
Have you ever been kicked out of a bar? I'll go first. No, I have not. Johnny, you said yes.
I have, and the story goes like this, right? And it was for a stupid reason. I was very intoxicated, but I wasn't being like an idiot. I
How
did
old were
spill
you?
some. I was
16.
21 or 22. It was like just right, like it was back in the day when I went to Mathers.
Okay.
Oh, not Mathers. Yeah, Mathers all the time. And no,
It was
it
you and
just
Benyo.
well, yeah, it was me and Menyo, and I forget who was there too. I was there with some of the boys. You know, we're having a grand old time. I got a little too fucked up. I do admit that, but I mean, if you guys have ever gotten drunk with me, I'm a very happy drunk. You know, I'm not upset or anything like that. And the lady, um,
Typically, when I'm with you, you don't drink.
Yeah, no
well,
shit.
I'm trying to get fucked up with you this weekend. You coming down or what?
You just told me today. I got like a few days to react.
No, I
to
told
that.
you the other day. I was like, "Yo, would you be down to come down to the to a luau?" I sent you a text message, and you said once we get a little closer, you let me know. But anyways, the story, right? Um,
All right. So,
she
anyways,
yeah she cut me
Did
off.
that happen? I don't remember that.
No, I'm saying, but she cut me off, and so I was like, okay, yeah, I'm a little drunk. Give me some water so I can start getting better. And she gave me water, and I accidentally spilled some. And she's like, "You're way too fucked up. You need to leave." I'm like, "What?" And so I got upset, and I even told her, I was like, "Hey, can I get some towels so I can
I
clean this
bet
up?"
you were.
No, I kid you not. I was upset. I was like, this lady thinks I'm hammered and being.
Were you somewhere in town?
Yeah, no, I was in Craig.
Yeah.
Local bar, but I don't know.
Huh.
So my answer is no. I have never been kicked out of a bar.
What about that time that you were with Zach in Boston?
We did not get kicked out.
They kicked themselves out.
I said we gotta go. I said it's time for us to go, buddy.
Let's hear the story, Mason. Why
Oh,
did you guys leave?
fuck. Nah, Zach's not on the pod. We gotta wait for Zach on the pod.
All right. Here's one that lines up with one from 2 episodes ago. Ready?
Okay.
Have you ever given money to a homeless person?
I don't think so.
I have.
I've given money to people, but I don't know if they were homeless.
I don't think so either. I've never given like money out my window to someone standing on the corner. At least
I've never.
I've for sure given money to like Salvation Army and stuff like that.
Right.
But I don't know if I've ever given someone.
Yeah. So in your car, roll down your window, give money to a guy on the side of the street. No, I have never.
I've never done that either. But
right,
in Mexico, I did give some a lady.
But I did throw a rotten sandwich at someone.
Jesus, what do you mean?
Homeless lady in Mexico.
Really? Why would you do that?
Yeah. I think you're delayed again, so.
Am I?
Yeah, for sure.
Damn it. Hold on, give me a sec before let me reload before I give you guys my story.
We're almost at the end here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we might as well transition into the end while we're waiting for Johnny. Go ahead.
Are you staying or leaving? He left immediately after I said that.
So in oh, here we go. Look at this fucking guy. Look at him.
Back on video, like a boss. Why does Taylor got a pride flag behind her on
Whoa!
Where is it?
You can have to ask her yourself.
Right there.
See it on the hand come out of the pot there on the left?
You got to make sure to add that to it.
Let's
No,
try to get that in.
I have given.
So, transitioning into the final portion of this,
Am I
You've given
still
what?
delayed?
Homeless? Money? Hello?
Jesus.
go ahead.
Am I delayed?
Bitch. I got one more
Yeah.
question left. Oh, go ahead, Johnny.
Just go ahead, dude. Just go ahead.
All right, one more, Jake.
One more. Have you ever cracked the screen on a phone that you've owned?
Fuck yes.
I have never.
I have too.
Basically, every phone I've ever had, I've drove over my phone before.
That seems like a harder mistake to make than
Oh.
most normal phone breaks.
It pissed me off so bad. Go and pump up gas at the come and go. Like an idiot, I'm on the phone while I'm pumping. Well, the pump stops, so I put it on my toolbox that's in the bed of the truck. Take the thing out, put it up, click the thing, receipt, blah, blah. Get in the truck, start driving off. Driving. Get home, I'm like, where the hell's my phone? I'm like, I wonder if I left it on the come and go, like on top of the gas pump. So I drive back. On my way back to the gas pump, I see something in the road, and I'm like, oh shit. I wonder what that was.
No.
Stop at the gas pump. It's not up there, I say. I better go check what's on the road. Drive back down, get next to the road, park, run out there. There it is. Just completely trashed. Somebody drove over it, probably me.
Well, it probably wasn't you. It probably fell out. Because I'm surprised. I've had like coffee cups and stuff on top of my car before, and like they stay up there the whole time you're driving.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Did you learn your lesson on that one?
No.
No, he
still
cracked
do that
another
every
one.
time you go to come and go.
I am. Yeah. I lose that thing. This is the greatest invention in the world because it helps me find that stupid fucking thing.
Maybe you strap your phone to you too.
Yeah. You know, put it in your pocket.
Hey guys. That's all the stuff I have for this week's episode.
Well,
Anybody need to clear anything up?
No. I was thinking,
I haven't got that far as Star Wars yet.
So in the future, we're going to move on to like bracket style snacks, correct?
That's correct.
So let's
ready to nominate some.
Let's get some nominated. I have to start off. I have a call-in nomination from one of our top tier cult members, TJ.
Okay.
He says. So I asked him, give me an example of one, and he says, only one I can think of right now is the one I'm currently eating. So it's good because he's currently eating it. And he says,
that's our boy TJ.
Cosmic Brownie.
Cosmic Brownie. All right, those are those little like Hostess cakes with the colored sprinkles on them, right?
I believe so.
Okay, cool.
So that's from TJ. From personally, my absolute number one snack is chips and guac.
Chips and guac.
Guac.
So we're saying tortilla chips and then guacamole.
Yep. But it's got to be homemade guac. You can't buy that store bought shit.
So if we're gonna have like kind of that combo of like tortilla chips and guac, then we can't do like chips and salsa then too.
Right. Okay.
I'll go next then, because Johnny says he has some Mexican stuff to give us. Number one nomination here, Pringles.
Jesus, he's got it on lock.
Brand new, unopened. I always check the top to make sure there's pressure in there. I know my Pringles, okay, boys?
All right.
Pringles is gonna go to like at least the quarterfinals, I bet.
I mean, we will see.
Pringles are a good snack. If you have not had Pringles,
I love Pringles.
And those Lay's stacks, the same thing. We're counting them as the same thing.
I love them.
My second nomination is beef jerky sticks.
Okay.
So these are Jack Links. It's gonna be all kinds. This one's original. This one's teriyaki. It's gonna be Slim Jims. It's gonna be all that stuff, all wrapped into one for jerky.
Okay. I got one more nomination before we move to Johnny. Nuts.
Any particular kind?
Penis?
Peanuts, cashews.
You don't like the snack mix? What about trail mix?
Trail mix.
We can't count that.
Yeah. I would just say like peanuts, cashews, just like nuts.
just a whole lot of nuts.
Yeah.
All right. Johnny, I want to hear from you because you're going to have some different stuff from what we're thinking.
So first one is a god tier snack. Twinkies.
Oh. Okay.
Twinkies. All right. That's for sure up there. I think that's going to compete directly with the cosmic brownie.
Do you have a reason why Twinkies?
Zombieland.
Because they're filled with cream.
Okay. Fair enough.
Oh yeah, that is Twinkies.
Fair enough.
It's not Snowball's the one he finds. He doesn't.
He hates. Yeah. Okay. What's your other one, Johnny?
The Mexican one is Takis, the purple kind, Fuego.
Okay.
Is Takis even Mexican? I thought that was American.
It's probably American, but it doesn't matter.
No, it's Mexican.
It's like, I'm Mexican. I like it.
Okay.
Takis. We're just going to include all kinds of Takis. It doesn't matter what flavor.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Are you eating some right now?
No, I'm eating some nuts.
See? Woo! We got a winner already, boss.
I hear a whole lot of licking going on.
I'll drink booty shakes. Ooh, that should be on the list for top snacks. Booty shake.
Sonic booty shakes.
Just
Explain what a
shake.
booty shake is.
Nah. I'll drink booty shakes.
On.
That's all you got to know. So what we're asking from all our listeners is if you could please comment or send us an email with some nominations for snacks so we can get this thing filled out.
Yeah, for real. And I don't think we want to do as many entries as we did last time because that was kind of... I know a lot of people on the Disney Channel original movie episode, they're like... I've heard at least a lot of people talk to me and they're like, I bailed out halfway through.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make it drag through a whole episode anymore. I think we're going to do it quicker, and we'll, if we have to go to like overtime, sudden death rounds, then we'll do that.
Okay, sounds good to me.
So we'll get ready to do that bracket on the next episode here, which means we're kind of taking a week off from the whole Amish, Mormon. What did we do last week? Fantasy football.
Yeah,
I got the hiccups. And they're gone.
as well as Jake's life.
Guys, if I die on the podcast...
Well, anyways, I guess
we gotta end this thing.
I guess I'll close this out.
Oh God!
Please please comment, subscribe. I'm nervous because I've never closed this out. Hopefully, Jake can get his shit together so I don't have to. And he's gone. So now you really will like this episode.
Close it out, Winnie Hut Jr.